Namaskaram friends. So in this video I am going to talk about time and try to open its another dimension. So let's say I start with myself. So I am a life form. We have 8.4 million life form exist on planet Earth in present time, and in this human beings are just one species, and in me I am a one human being. And in terms of my experience, I am unique for each and every human being who are living on this planet Earth, or even who are dead, or even who are going to born in the future. So in this manner I try to relate time with our life, with the life of human being, with the life of other life form. See, people who are living on planet Earth, for them we define time as a revolution of planet Earth around the sun and revolution of moon around the planet Earth. So in this manner we define our year, our month, our week, our day, our hour, our minute and our seconds. So in this manner time is rolling away with a same speed for each and every human being, and in their life form each and every human being, each and every other life form do different work. For example, people who are living in a, let's say, India, each and every human being who are living in India doing different work. Some are doing, let's say, some are going at, let's say, in this time in which I record a video, I am recording a video. That means I am giving a lecture for the benefit of the human being, for the benefit of the creation, for the benefit of the whole existence. Because I recorded this lecture not for the purpose of money. I recorded this lecture so that what I experience using the energies, using the elements of this existence, I try to gain some knowledge on it and try to deliver it to the people who want to hear it or who want to know it, something about the existence who they not experience in their own. Because experience of each and every human being different. So what I experience is only experienced by me, and when I talk, no other human being tell the same experience which I experience. Okay, in this manner experience of each and every human being is different, and it is required that each and every human being who want to share the experience must share, because in this manner we collect the data about the experience of different human being, and on that basis we define on which point we collaborate, on which point we do not collaborate, and in this manner truth come out very easily, because truth is same for each and every human being. Only on, you can say, false matter, only your wrongdoings we differ, because truth is the ultimate. What is true, it is same for each and every human being. Like time, same for each and every human being, and it is rolling away with the same pace. So let's say people, we have 8 billion human beings living on planet Earth. Okay, in their shape, in their sizes, in their color, in terms of gender, each and every, we divide humanity on different bases, but in terms of life each and every human being is same. So as time, let's say in this time period from let's say in the let's say in 1 hour in the future, we try to predict what human being doing in the different parts of the world. So I'm recording the lecture, so in my part I deliver a lecture. So how I deliver this lecture? Using my mechanism, what I experienced through this mechanism in the past, what I memorize from the past data, what I experience the present situation, and what I imagine for the future. So I delivered data using my mechanism, whatever knowledge I gain in the past, what types of energy I experience currently, and what types of things I predict for the future. So in that manner, I, using this mechanism, I deliver this lecture to you in the next 1 hour, 1.5 hour. For other human being, they do different work. Many people, let's say for example, a group of people who deliver lecture, let's say at that time many people in the world deliver lecture on different topic, let's say on space, on nature, on architecture, or travel, on business, on politics, on their family issues, on the issues going on in the whole world, issues about the space, issues about the creation, issues about the creator. That means on different issues, whatever you would think of. If we categorize the whole issue is categorized into 2 parts. One, issue which are creating problem from the human being, or issues which are people want to discover a arena. People who are facing problem, we try to solve their problem, and people who are not facing problem, they enhance their mechanism with thought, with travel, with talking to people, with adventure, with meditation. That way they try to experience the creation in their own way. So two kinds of people: first, who have problem, so they try to solve their problem. People who do not have problem try to enhance their mechanism on a full potential, and doing different activities so that they experience the existence. And people who reach to the ultimate, that means they solve their problem as well as know the mystery of the creation. They try to help other people to achieve this you can say ultimate in their life, and try to live a good full-fledged life. So each and every human being, let's say 8 billion people, each and every human being, if you categorize into two categories: first, people who have problem; second, people who do not have a problem. People who have problem try to solve this problem and try to solve this problem and live a good full-fledged life. People who do not have a problem try to help other people who have problems. Okay, there have been two kind of people: who solve their problem and who do not solve their problem. And these problems of many category, from a very simple problem to very complex problem in different variety. Like, you want to understand your life, you want to understand the mystery of the creation, you want to understand an atom, you want to understand the cosmos. Problem is of an infinite type. Okay, but we have a limited 8 billion people. So if number of people who have, let's say, if I categorize number of people who resolve their problem by own or with the help of other teacher, they become a full-fledged human being, and they has to step in the world and try to solve the problem of the whole human being, of the whole. So in this manner, nowadays many of the people suffer from the problem. More than 99.9% of the people are struggling with problem. Only 0.1% people are solve the mystery of the creation, solve their problem, of course with the help of the nature, with the help of people, of their ancestor, with the help of the talking to the other people. So in this manner, people who have you can say good upbringing, or have achieved that potential, that means in their life, whatever their age is, at that age, whatever problem come in their life, either they are capable of tackling by their own with the help of some other human being, or with using the mystery of the creation. So in this manner, we categorize people into two categories: in terms of age group, in terms of gender, in terms of region. We categorize people into two groups. That means people who have problem, people who do not have problem. But people who have problem vary in age wise. That means a children, a young age, a adult, old age. In terms of people who solve their problem, a children and young and adult and old age. So people who are in a child, they experience a very, you can say, not a much life they experience in their life. So they solve their problem on the basis of age. So we understand that we human being have a, if they live their good if they live a healthy life, they have maximum lifespan of, let's say, 100 to 130 years, 140 years, whatever you say. So in this manner, people in the, let's say, on an age group, let's say I'm 25 years of age. So if I try to solve the problem of the world, or if I try to understand the mystery of the creation in this age group, what I understand nature using mechanism in this lifespan of time, with the help of other people, with the help of internet, with the help of nature, with the help of my meditation, my yoga, whatever knowledge I gain, I solve the problem. You can say I accurately solve the problem of the human being who are lying in the age group. In terms of experience, I solve the problem of the human being who lie in the age group of 0 to 25 years, because I am 25 years of age. So if I through meditation, through yoga, through solving problems, through talking to people, whatever I gain through knowledge, in terms of experience, I have an experience of 25 years. But in terms of energy, if I enhance my energy, so this 25 years look like 1,000 years. So in terms of, if I enhance my energy, this 25 years multiply into a million years, billion years. So in this manner, in terms of human being, I have an experience of 25 years, but in terms of energy wise, I have an experience of a million years. So in this manner, so problems faced by the human being, I am capable of solving it, because till my birth till now, I have lived 25 years on this planet Earth. So I experience this. In reality, I experience in terms of time, in terms of energy, I experience these years. So people who contemporary to my age, I am very easily solve their problem, because at that time I live in. people who not contemporary to me, but have some, you can say, people who have, let's say, 80 years of age. So he is 55 years more than me, 50 older than me. So I have to go in the past. That means 55 years below, 55 years far from my birth, and try to understand their problem and then try to solve it. Let's say in this time is, you can say, same for each and every human being. Whatever you have, whatever is going tomorrow is same for each and every human being. Like if, let's say, tomorrow any new things are happening, so it's impact all human being. Let's say a thing happen which impact all human being. Let's say earth is going to destroy tomorrow, for example, hypothetical. So it impact the whole humanity, or either a children, either a young, old age, or adult. If a war is going on, it impact the whole human being. So in this manner, this time is same. This time, that means future, what is going in the future is for each, no one knows, neither a children, nor the young age, nor the adulthood, nor old age. No one knows what is going in the future. So they have an experience of the past, they have a memory about the past, they have an experience of the present, and they imagine something about the future. So in this manner, if I try to solve the problem of the human being, so in terms of this life form, I have an experience of 25 years. But in this, if I enhance my energy on such a level that I imagine the past, or you can say I memorize what is happening in the past, and I also imagine the future. Because in terms of meditation, I understand that in this life form, I using this mechanism for my life, for this life. In the past, may I acquire different physical mechanism, and in this life form exists. That means this life form is not just for this time. This life form may, when the creation first created in terms of physicality, this life form present also in non-physicality. But when the first creation happened, and when life form exists on the planet, or in whichever way, this life is always present. In my experience, number of life form is limited. That's why birth happen, death happen. So this cycle is keeping its pace, and in this manner things is going on. That means if I want to solve the problem of the human being who is older than me, then I go far in the past and try to understand their problem in that time period, and help them in that arena. If I try to solve the problem of the human being who are yet to born in the future, then I imagine the future and try to solve the problem of the human being. Like for example, degradation of a soil. We know that if we degrade the soil, it impact largely children who are not yet born, or who are born but in an age group of 0 to 17 years or 0 to 15 years. So on this basis, we solve the problem of soil. If we solve this problem, if we tackle this problem very correctly, very sophisticatedly, then we give a safe future to our future generation. Let's say people who are suffer their past, we have to go in the past as far as we go, and then try to understand the problem in that time period, and try to understand it and solve their problem to its ultimate. Because if life, in my experience, if life have a certain number, life is limited. That means a quantifiable number of life form exist on planet Earth. In terms of physicality, it is infinite. In terms of non-physicality, it is infinite. But in terms of life form, in my experience, it has some, you can say, limited numbers. So this life form take different shape, different sizes, different, you can say, using different machine in different creation. Because we have total 114 creation. We are living in the 84th creation. 28 is going to happen in the future. 83rd are happened. So in all this creation, this life form change their shape, size, their color, but life form is same in terms of their how much level they achieve in their past you can say past machine. As upgrade happen, you acquire a different machine, but life is same. Life is eternal. It exists in non-physicality, it exists in physicality. In physicality, you experience it using your 5 senses or using your mechanism, but if you want to know the life in non-physicality by using this mechanism, because the residue of the past is embedded in your mind, imagination of the future is embedded in your mind, in your body, in your mind. Your mind is so complex that it is capable of decipher anything, what is going to happen in the future, what is happened in the future, and what is happening currently. Your mind is so sophisticated. So it is the matter of time. For example, as per the data I saw on the internet, 128 billion people till now live on this planet Earth. That means we are 8 billion people currently. Population of the Earth is 8 billion people. That means 120 people billion are live on this planet Earth and die. So in terms of humanity, we are 128 billion. So 120 human beings are died. But in terms of life, we are not 128 billion life. We are 8.4 billion species. In each species certain amount number of life. So life first born, live for some amount, then dead. Then that mechanism is dead. Then physicality is dead. Let that life form move into the another arena, and in that arena they acquire different machine, and for using that machine for certain amount of time, depending upon the sophistication of machine, life of, you can say, time of that life depend. For example, if this life enter into the machine of dog, then the lifespan of that or you can say time of that life is 12 years. If that life exist in, or you can say enter into this machine, time of that life is 100 years, 140 years. So it depends on the in which machine that life enters, and on the basis of that they experience the existence in that time period. Because by using a machine, a life can experience about the existence either using a machine or neither using a machine, either using a machine or not using a machine. If they use any machine, if they use it, that life enter into a machine, then it experience physicality as well as non-physicality from its origin to its ultimate, from its beginning to its endless. If it is a non-physical dimension, then they experience non-physicality in a very sophisticatedly. But for physicality, he have to enter into a physical dimension. So this machine is capable of experiencing both physicality as well as non-physicality. A non-physical machine is capable of experience also both physicality and non-physicality. But since it is a not physical, so it you can say the core experience of that life is non-physical. Core experience of your life is physical. You can experience physical, but core is physicality, because you acquire this mechanism. You acquire this mechanism. That means you have to understand the physical. You are capable of experiencing physicality in its core as well as non-physicality to its surface. If you want to experience non-physicality, you have to set this material, you have to set this physicality, you have to set this body and enter into arena where there is no requirement of physicality. In that manner, you are capable of experiencing the whole dimension of non-physicality. Okay. If I take another step forward, then either a life can experience everything, either physical or non-physical, or this creation, that creation, before the first creation, after the last creation, whatever time span, in whichever time period is. That means a life can experience both non-physicality and non-physicality, either acquiring a machine, either not acquiring a machine. Okay, because life is the ultimate, life is the core. Through that life only you experience the nature, space, what is going on in the creation, what is going on in this moment, in this time period. So it is the mystery of time, it is the mystery of life. Life is the ultimate, life is the ultimate. Through life only you understand, or you can say till now life is the most complex, most sophisticated dimension on planet Earth, through which you are capable of talking, you are capable of experience, you are capable of knowing everything what is happening in the creation, okay. So because when I you can say talk about time, when I talk about different matters of time, so we are 8 billion people, and in terms of their experience, in terms of their thinking, experience of each and every human being is different. Experience of each and every human being is different. But on daily basis, many people try to act like a robot, try to act like a machine. That means any people if said anything, then many people do not try to experience that dimension but try to quote it down on their daily life, and many people not experience that thing but try to mimic itself in their life like it is their experience. No, experience of each and every human being is different. Through sharing, through talking, through experiencing, you are capable of experiencing your life as well as the experience of the other life. For example, if you keep your mechanism in such a state that, in such a meditative state, or in such a level that you become the union with the whole existence, with the whole creation, then you are capable of knowing what is happening in the whole creation in terms of experience of each and every human being. That means what other people experience, if you consider it, if you experience that human being as part of yourself, that their experience is also come within yourself. In this manner, na, in this manner only you solve the problem of any human being, or you try to solve the problem of anything if you experience that person as a part of yourself. If I, let's say, try to solve the problem of the soil, I'm made up of the soil, but I have to unite, or you can say I have to incorporate each sand, each soil as part of myself. Then what a soil experience, I experience. If soil is degraded, of course it is not good for them, so I experience the, you can say, tears of the soil in within myself. So what soil experience I experience. So in this manner I am capable of solving, because what is hurting you, you are capable of solving because it is in your experience. Let's say if any bad incident happened to you or any good incident happened to you, so it is in your experience, not in other people experience. But if you keep your mechanism in such a state that you become the union with the whole existence, then if you try to solve the problem of nature, then you experience the whole nature within you. If you try to solve the problem of the space, the whole space is within you. If you try to solve all types of problem, gain all types of knowledge, then the whole creation from its beginning to its end, from the first to last, from its beginningless to its endless, everything becomes a part of yourself. And when you try to solve any problem, or either you try to know anything, you automatically know it because you make that thing a part of yourself. That means you are present everywhere. In some other word, you are present everywhere, in each and every atom, in each and every particle, in each and every cell, in each and every seed, from nothing to everything, from small to large, from you can say black to white, you are present everywhere. So whatever issue you are talking about, whatever issue you talk about, everything issue is a link with time. So if you master the time, you are capable of solving any problem, and you are capable of knowing anything what is happening in the creation. So currently, let's say let's say in the next 1 hour, in terms of mind of the human being, each and every people do different things. Some are sleeping, some are doing activity, some are doing nothing, some are just, let's say, different activity. I try to mention 10 to 12 different things. Some people are playing, some people are sleeping, some people are eating, some people are doing their work, some people are traveling, some meditating, some doing yoga, some watching movies, some spending time with the family. Okay, some tried to know the mystery of the creation, some tried to understand the problem of the human being, some tried to, you can say, experience the life as the way it is. That means many people, or you can say all the people, 8 billion people, do different things in the next 1 hour, So if we try to, you can say, master the time of 1 hour by enhancing our energy, that means at as much higher level as possible. If we enhance our energy and use this 1 hour to knowing what is happening in the mind of the each and every human, we are capable of experiencing it, because each and every life is connected with the other life form. Each and every life form is connected with other life form, and in such a manner that if you become meditative, if you not by closing your eyes, just by opening your eyes, you just become meditative, then you can say whole human being become a part of yourself. So what is happening within them is happening automatically within you, because if every human being become a part of yourself, so what is happening within you, that means happening within the mind of the each and every human being, and you are capable of knowing this. What if any good things happening, if any bad things happening, if any good things happening, what they experience you automatically experience, if any bad things happening, what they experience you automatically experience. So in this manner only you, if you experience each every human being as a part of yourself, so in this manner, if any at any place problem occur, you are trying to solve that problem. If any types of good things happen, you are capable of solving that problem. But since we are 8 billion people, so different types of problem occur, different types of happenings are there. So we have to choose the extreme, that means extreme good things, extreme bad things, and try to solve them. If we solve the extreme, then whatever is happening in the middle is automatically solved. Let's say if war is going on, if all the 8 billion people involved in the war, then we have to, if we solve that problem, so if a war is going on between two countries, automatically solved, because that become a sub part of the whole world. So in this manner, there are infinite problems are going on in the whole world. There's an infinite knowing is going on in this world, but we have to choose the extreme. We have to choose the extreme and solve that problem, and we have to choose the extreme and understand that problem. Okay, because any human being, because every human being is capable, or every human being have a different capability, different types of experience. Either your mechanism is of this shape, size, but each and every human being has a unique, every being have a unique experience, unique capability, unique compatibility. So each and every human being is capable of doing different things, but we have to understand in this 1 hour what is going on in the mind of the each and every one, and try to unite everything. Let's say some people go into sports, so on that, so in this there are different types of sport, so we have to combine all the people in the umbrella of sports. May in sport different types of sport, but the reality is they are using this mechanism only, they can play different role. So you have to enhance this mechanism. Whatever you do, either do with hand, with your leg. Okay, in terms of sports, in terms of outer, what is going on in your in outside the world, you are using your body, that means your whole mechanism. So in this manner you play different types of sport, like cricket, tennis, football, volleyball, chess, whatever thing. In chess you use your mind, in cricket you mostly use your hand, in football you mostly use your foot. So we have to combine, we have to unite all the people who are under the umbrella of sports, and in that only different types of category. People who try to, in education we try to you can say in the umbrella of education we try to gather different people of different age group, and in different sectors, like in mathematics, in economics, in politics, in art, literature, architecture, dance, music, in different sector we try to unite, or you try to gather the people under the umbrella of education. So in this manner we have, let's say let's say 8 umbrella, and one umbrella 1 billion people, in one umbrella 1 billion. So in that we have 8 big umbrella, and 1 billion people come in that umbrella, and again a bigger umbrella in which all the 8 umbrella come, and in that umbrella we combine the whole 8 umbrella. So in terms of life, the bigger umbrella is life. All the 8 umbrella is a life part 1, life part 2, life part 3 to life part 8, and in this life 1 each and every human being do different activity. So in terms of whether in one sport either a 2% required or 3%, if people try to play a sport, at least either a 1 or more than 1 is required. So first, let's say individual game, just you like who you can play, like running. If you in athletics, a single person is required. In cricket 11 person is required. In football 11 person is required from one side. So in this manner we try to combine them in that umbrella. We try to gather people on different arena, on different sports. So in this manner if we in the next 1 hour we are capable of knowing what is happening going on in the whole world. But what is the logic of knowing all these things? Logic is, if you want to solve the problem what is going on in the next 1 hour, for example, or try to know what is happening in the whole 1 hour, you have, in any time period, you are if you experience this 1 hour as part of yourself, you are capable of solving any problem. What is happening going on in this 1 hour, what is people understand, or what people not capable of, because many people are not solving, but few people who are completely focus on that 1 hour and try to experience everything as a part of self, they are capable of solving any problem, and they are capable of knowing anything, because whatever let's say for example, whatever problem occur, whatever types of the knowledge they can, that human being is capable of, let's say I am capable of knowing everything, I am capable of solving anything, because I completely dedicated my 1 hour, complete focus on 1 hour. That means what is going on in the 1 hour, in the whole creation, from the beginningless to its endless, and in this case in terms of physicality, non-physicality. That means what is happened in the past, what is going to happen in the future, I experience everything in 1 hour. In 1 hour, what is happening in the future, not what is in terms of experience in the 1 hour. In 1 hour, I travel in the past, I travel in the future, and I also travel the present. Okay, so using this mechanism, you experience the present, memory of the past is automatically recycling in your mind, and imagination of future is automatically going on. That means at the same moment, past, present and future is going on in your mind. So by using that data, you are capable of solving whatever problem is going to happen in the next 1 hour, and whatever types of people, whatever types of knowledge people want to gain in 1 hour. Because whatever types of problem going in the next 1 hour is some part is based from the past, and some is, for example, because many people suffer their past, so we have to understand the past. Many people suffer their imagination, so we have to understand the imagination. If people suffer their past and their imagination, so we have to experience both the past and both the past and future, and try to solve the problem in the present. Okay, so this is a small lecture on time, and I try to link time with the contemporary situation, with the past as well as with the future, and I try to solve this problem. I try to give a perspective about time. So I hope you enjoy this lecture and you love this lecture. So namaskaram, thank you.